Alright, X, I'm in great need of your knowledge on the paranormal. Something weird happened to me lately and I thought I'd share my experience with you. Be me, going through a rough patch in my current relationship. Stumble upon erotic lucid dream inducer video on YouTube. Supposedly some weird binaural beats that simulate the feeling of drugs plus sex on the brain. Why not? .png. Decide to give it a shot, lay down, put on my headphones and give it a listen. Weird munching and lip smacking noises. Standard pleb ASMR stuff. Weird news broadcast sounding noise in the back. Unintelligible female voice whispering what I'm assuming are erotic things comes in too, but pay little attention to it. Okay, that blows, but the stereo effect is cool. Fall asleep. Dream I'm in my own room with a friend shooting the shit. Fall asleep again, inside the dream. Suddenly I'm in a club, drunk as shit. Some guy in a blue suit is drop kicking random chicks. Scare the guy off and suddenly realize I'm dreaming. I can still hear the YouTube track but the atmosphere is really fucking spooky, and I'm shitting my pants. Ask my friend, who showed up in dream 1, and is also present in the second dream, if this is real. He says no. Wake up suddenly, thinking I got out of first dream and back into reality. Suddenly someone else in the room. Both of my friends try to convince me they've been there all along. Just roll with it thinking nothing of it at the time. Someone knocks on my room's door, then a whole load of fucking people flow into my room. Someone punches me and knocks me out. I wake up in the club again, which is now empty. I'm aware I'm dreaming again, due to how batshit insane the previous scenario was. Only other person in the club is a girl. Follow her and start asking questions, telling her I want to wake up and I'm getting spooked. She ignores me and walks away. You won't wake up. I can still hear the YouTube track, yet it's become way creepier and really fucking intense. We sit down at a table, she's still giving me the cold treatment. Someone is sitting on the other side of the table, but I don't pay attention to them. I suddenly go blind momentarily. By the time my vision returns, the cold girl is now a female acquaintance of mine. She's topless. Ouchea. Music is still creepy as fuck but things are getting steamy and I don't care much. She starts sucking my dick. I still feel somewhat tense. Suddenly look at the other person across the table. It's my GF. In before normie. Well, this is awkward. Slut sucking my dick is sucking harder than ever, all while transforming into some sort of succubus, complete with wings, tail and horns. She starts messing with me, calling me pathetic for cheating on my GF, unloyal and desperate. The beeping of the YouTube video is becoming more intense, and I know my GF is watching. About to blow. Wake up all of a sudden. Dick is hard enough to cut through steel. Came in my boxers. Shit is way too messy. Suddenly music stops. Wake up again. Touch inside my boxers. It's dry. I haven't nutted at all. Sit on the edge of my bed wondering if I'm in reality again or if this is just another dream. The real shit kicker here is that for some reason a lot of people who listen to the same track I do are talking about being visited by succubi, even forming relationships with them, sometimes keeping them as some sort of sex slave, or being kept by them as slaves. I find this too weird to be a coincidence. The comments on the video are all really spooky, and I honestly don't know what to make of the whole dream situation. The whole experience was very surreal and it was almost as if I was experiencing two dreams simultaneously. This just makes me wonder if it's possible for an actual, real succubus to use this sort of binaural beat ASMR thing to spread itself through a bunch of sweaty pent-up nerds to feed on their energy. Also, the thought of me unknowingly inviting a goddamn demon into my mind terrifies me. What do you suggest I do? I don't want to listen to more of these, but I'm worried as to what the audio's long-term effects may be. I just wanted to have a dream sex man. Now I may have sold my soul to the devil for a BJ. The spooky part starts with the comments. When I looked back on the Google Plus page that is the links, I noticed two dudes talking about succubi, the same thing I encountered in my dream. It's notable that I didn't see these comments before I did my first trip, nor was I exposed to anything that mentions succubi, so the experience was dynamic. And that's what initially spooked me. While looking through the comments, I noticed lots of people mentioning succubi or something along the lines of being slaves or feeling exhausted. All typical succubi things. Pick some of the poor souls that dug too deep. Whether or not this is legit, they're still getting into trouble though the clips. So how do they work? According to the maker, while listening, it's designed to relax you and put you in a trance. The frequencies used mimic REM sleep brain waves, and the erotic voices layered on top help associate sex with sleep. A friend of mine and I opened the tracks in Audacity, and the first one was red at the ending, normal tracks always being blue. Red apparently means the track is so loud, it clips through the space the program provides to visually show sound. On my second trip, I skipped way ahead and listened to the latest soundtrack. During the track, a female voice asked me to let her enter my body, feel her voice, breathe in, so she can come inside of my body and make me feel good. Not really subtle if you ask me. Maybe it's because I skipped parts, but at one point I felt like my brain was being drilled into. Listen to the latest track and you'll know what I mean. Looking at the track, the sound wave resembled a drill, going red at the end. As for succubi, I looked up some myths on them and came across this. The succubus is a female demon or evil spirit who visits men in their sleep to lie with them in ghostly sexual intercourse. The man who falls victim to a succubus will not awaken, although may experience it in a dream. Looking back to my dream, it suits the description perfectly. Being told I won't wake up, and experiencing waking up in a dream. I didn't know this info when I had the dream. And get this, my succubus encounter started near the end of my dream, just about in the red part of the song. Dreamgasm 3 apparently has legit succubus chants. The maker claims he got the idea from the many succubus comments he received. He warns everyone that pleasure might be felt days after listening to the track, and that he is not to be held guilty if any succubus appears, the sort that suck your energy for days. That statement leads me to thinking he believes in succubi as well. After reading up on succubi, I found a forum of people apparently having full relationships with succubi. If legit, this means that it might be less dangerous than I thought to interact with the succubus. So for science, I'm watching Dreamgasm 3 tonight, the Succubus 1, and reporting back tomorrow.
Lurking Anon, not OP, and not the guy that dug through the comments. Promised to reply after doing part 2, only 5 minutes, as quoted. Before OP comes back after listening to part 3, as he said, read my earlier post and now read this. You can take what I write below as either me being nervous and paranoid as fuck, or however you want. This happened after I fapped as said above, and although I can say that drowsiness and feeling tired is common after a fap, the sensation I felt this time matches nothing I have ever felt in my past. Yes, indeed I felt a sensation of being lifeless, tired as fuck. I simply wanted to drop down on the spot and sleep. This sensation lasted for around 15 to 25 minutes. Remember, I only listened max 5 minutes to part 2 as stated above. I could go as far and say that I felt a presence, a very alluring one. Meditated for like 20 minutes, and tried to rebalance my energy. Felt the urge to fap again, although I did just a couple of minutes ago, all while feeling lifeless, but still, resisted and continued meditating 5 minutes after I finished meditating, and I shit you not, believe what you want, I felt all this lifelessness and tiresome feeling being lifted away, as if it magically disappeared. Holy fuck. Felt as if I had all my energy back. I shit you not, I most certainly believe that because I resisted the second immediate fap, and meditated, I most probably fended off the succubus since she had nothing to gain from me. And I repeat, the intense feeling I had while listening to that video, even for only 5 minutes cause I wanted a quick release, was unearthly. Take me for a schizo, or take this as just my paranoid and anxious mind seeking confirmation bias. These videos are not for the faint of heart. You have been warned.
And before the brave Anons never come back. And before they come back, already corrupted by the succubi, telling everyone everything is fine and encouraging them to listen to the audios.
OP never returned to the thread.